This is not about the law. This is about bullying and unacceptable behaviour in order to silence criticism. It is an abuse of the law. The law is intended for the protection of citizens, not the abuse of citizens. I'm not one of those people who says that defamation law shouldn't exist. Individuals have a right to protect their good name. Individuals have a right to protect their reputation. But what the law is not intended is to prevent those who seek to carry on the tradition, started, I think, by the little boy in a Hans Christian Andersen story. Because the first journalist was the little guy who said the emperor is naked. And that's actually what, in their professional opinion, those who dare to question the wisdom of NHS England are doing today. And what they're being told is, you're not allowed to say the emperor is naked, because we say he's not. What he is clearly wearing is an Armani suit. You may think it doesn't suit him, you might even think it's bad for him, but you're not entitled to express that opinion. And from the NUJ's perspective, we are under no doubt that what this is intended is to have a chilling effect which inhibits debate and which inhibits questions. Because what this is about the use, or rather the abuse of law to close down debate. Baroness Hester, when the libel law was actually being introduced, expressed a specific concern at the implication that outsourced companies would have a greater right under the new defamation regime than the NHS itself in relation to the ability to sue. And though the fears of Baroness Hester in that are actually bearing fruit in this. From the point of view of journalists, why is this a concern? It is a concern because we operate in the public interest. Public interest is not the same as public curiosity. But what we are talking about here is at the very heart of quality journalism. And when a public body, which has responsibility for the use of public funds, for the betterment of the health of the public, decides to spend some of that money on silencing those who would question, then it seems to me that we have entered into the land of Alice in Wonderland. And what we have is a consistent drip feed of legal advice aimed at intimidating those who ask questions. Does it mean that journalists will stop asking questions? I hope not. But there is a reality here. You have a small struggling newspaper or a radio station. You come into your news editor and you say, I want to do a story on the NHS. It's a bit dodgy, it could be a bit difficult. You ring the NHS, they get wind of the fact that you're doing the story, you suddenly get an intimidating letter. What do you do then? Your news editor may say, keep going. But the aspiration of the person who threatens to sue is that you will give up the ghost and that you'll return to writing about the Parsons Tea Party. And that is the reality. And that is what the chilling effect of defamation is in simple medical terms. I don't pretend to have any answers. But I would say this. We cannot tolerate a situation where a public body threatens those who ask questions, be they professionals in a health field, in education, or local government, or puts in place measures which intimidate journalists, and that they use public money to do so, and they do so in a way which undermines the competence of citizens in their health service in particular. Because at the core of this is the need for those who are ill and their families, their loved ones, their friends, to have confidence in the service. And I've heard enough tonight to know that there are fundamental issues about trust and confidence raised here. The NHS has many things and many powers. We shouldn't let them mangle the truth as well. Thank you.